We're going to have one more presentation, and then we're going to move into a little bit of a conversation about what's working in 2019 that didn't work in 2018, and then wrap that up with kind of a final Q&A for anybody that has any questions left on your mind that you didn't get answered. I always like you guys leaving with your questions answered. So our next presenter is Vicki Sullivan. She's the marketing manager at PayAbility. Prior to joining PayAbility, she developed social media content and strategies for top technology brands such as Skype and Samsung. She holds a degree in advertising from Syracuse University, the SI Newhouse School of Public Communication, and can often be found in a yoga class. So hopefully you found yoga while you've been here for the last few days. So welcome, Vicki. And she's going to talk about financing your business.
So thanks so much for having me here today. Mike, who's sitting back here with me, he's also from PayAbility. We go to these things all the time, and everybody always passes on this question. So either I am the bravest person in the room or the dumbest person in the room for getting up and doing an entire presentation on it. But at least I can tell my dad, who's a chemist, that I gave a presentation at Georgia Tech. So here we go. And I do want to preface this by saying, there isn't a right financing solution for all Amazon sellers. Isn't a right financing solution for all e-commerce businesses. They're all so different. So it's really about finding the right financing solution for you, and that can change over time. So it's about finding the right financing solution for you, and only you can really determine that. So I'm going to start out by saying, why financing? Why are we, giving these financing companies their social security numbers and taking out loans and going through all that? And the answer is really simple. It can really all be summed up in the first bullet point: demand. Marketplaces such as Amazon have really created unlimited demand. But a lot of financing solutions, even if you are well financed, can still be really limited when it comes to keeping up with the crazy consumer demand that we're seeing on Amazon. So if you can keep up or stay ahead of the curve, that's really the way you can scale your business. And I'm sure this second bullet point here, scaling without stocking out, that is really a challenge that you will face throughout the entirety of your Amazon business. Because again, the demand is there, and you really just need to keep up and make every single sale you can possibly make. Because if you're selling a hot product, you may not be selling it forever, or there may be roadblocks along the way. So you really need to optimize the time in which you have the buy box, or you're the only one selling this awesome product. Seasonality is another huge thing. Q4 is a huge time to scale your business and take advantage of the demand there. So when you may not need financing the other 9 months of the year, during Q4, you may really need to ramp up your business. And financing is also a way to get you there faster if you have a really hot product and you want to buy more of it. So this is the tool you should be using. And the last one I wanted to talk about, and we'll touch on this later as well, securing relationships with suppliers. Suppliers are cash flow businesses too. A lot of the people you're buying from are small businesses as well that face a lot of the challenges that you face. So they're going to love you if you pay up front and in full. Okay. So when should you accept outside financing? Again, there's no universal truth here. It's really up to you and your business and whatever situation you're in right now. But if you're constantly stocking out, I always like to say your keywords aren't worth anything if you stock out, and neither are your PPC campaigns. So you got to keep feeding the beast and keep up with demand. So financing is a great solution to stop you from stocking out and stop you from not only losing sales today, but losing sales tomorrow. You're missing out on big opportunities to scale your business. There's inventory 50% off of what you usually buy it for, and you don't buy it. That is a sign that you might need financing. You're not making every sale you can possibly make. Also really important on Amazon too. And you have a proven product that you need to make the most of. I think a lot of people think of financing as like this like super high risk, like Wolf of Wall Street type thing. But it really doesn't have to be. It can just be buying more of what your customers already love. And really finding a more proven solution. Again, seasonality is huge, and you also may need to buy packaging and shipping materials if you get like a huge order. And then imagine how frustrating that is. You have a huge order, you have the inventory right there, and you need to fulfill all of those orders, and you need to do that quickly. That's another way you would need financing. So why is cash flow king? As I mentioned before, Amazon businesses are cash flow businesses, and that's really because of the demand that these marketplaces have created. You're really going to get more control over every aspect of your business if you have cash flow. You can negotiate better terms with your suppliers. Again, if you go to a supplier and say, I pay cash up front, I'm going to pay you in full today, what can you do for me? Chances are there's going to be discounts, there's going to be free shipping, and if you run out of inventory the week before Black Friday, they're going to be taking your call. You want to scale your business. Scalability is really key in the Amazon ecosystem. Margins are also super important, but with all the fees you're paying to Amazon, building a bigger business and just getting a bigger, the same size slice of a bigger pie is often the way that people make money on marketplaces. It'll give you you can negotiate better payment terms if they know that you have money and pay up front, and you can also order in bulk and save money that way. So when should you stop using outside financing? Again, this is totally unique to you and your business, but it should never feel like an expense. No matter if you're getting a great rate or not such a good rate, it should never ever feel like an expense. It should feel like any inventory management or PPC tool you're using. It should feel like an asset you're using for growth. When it stops feeling that way, either that you're not supposed to be using financing right now, or maybe it's not the right financing solution for you at this time. When you don't have something specific to spend it on, I would never suggest taking financing. And if you already have the cash on hand, obviously, you don't want to be paying to get more cash. And when you feel like you're going to have trouble paying it back, you should never put yourself in a situation where, if something were to go wrong with your business, that you'd really be in the hole or be on the hook for something. So before you take out financing, make sure that think to yourself, that no matter what happens in your business, that you're going to be fine, that you're going to be able to pay this back, because you never know what could happen especially on Amazon. So what should I look for when evaluating financing? The first one is pretty simple. What do I qualify for? I mean, I know a lot of you, have a lot of experience with financing and more traditional financing as well. But a lot of other small businesses, really don't have access to your traditional bank loan, and are still great businesses that should be getting financed. Cost, and this is a huge one. Okay, so interest and fees, really, really important. You should definitely look at that first, but there's also a ton of secondary costs when it comes to taking out financing. For example, a home equity loan may be your cheapest form of financing. That might be the cheapest interest you have. But if something goes wrong in your business, they're going to take your house. So having that hanging over your head is a cost. So that's something to think about when you're looking into different financing options as well. Also, time, juggling expenses across different credit cards can be really cost effective, assuming everything goes well. But it also can be very time consuming, and you're spending 20 hours a week borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. You're not sourcing, you're not working on your PPC campaigns, and you're not expanding your business. Your business model, there's long-term financing and there's short-term financing. Maybe you're going for a lot of short-term wins, or maybe you're you need to purchase a really big order. So that's something to look for as well, and that goes along with the next bullet point, which is ROI. When do you expect to see a return on investment? How do you expect to see a return on investment? And how are you going to use this? Again, you should have a plan before you go for something like that. So I know a lot of these financing solutions are probably pretty familiar for you guys, but hopefully some of the points I bring out will be will come up with ways to use them in maybe ways you hadn't thought of before. So I'm going to go into a few solutions. These definitely aren't all the solutions available to you, but I only have a half an hour. So traditional bank loans, I used to use, oh, it's really small up there, isn't it? So maybe I should explain this a little bit more. So you can see that a traditional bank loan, they usually have pretty good rates, usually paid back over a pretty long period of time with pretty small monthly payments. A lot of small businesses definitely have trouble getting them. Some of them don't, and it can work great. It's really great for like a long-term solution. So if you're looking to buy 6 to 12 plus months of inventory, this can be a great solution for you. But for as far as short-term wins and being more spontaneous in your business, this probably isn't the best solution for you. So next we have alternative business loans and lines of credit. These can be really great for your smaller wins and for if you don't qualify for a term loan. So they tend to be a little bit easier to get, a little bit faster to get, but they are also a little bit more expensive. And your monthly payments chances are your monthly payments will be a little bit higher. Raising capital. So anybody been on Shark Tank? No? That's usually what I think about when when it comes to raising capital. And so you're giving away a portion of your business or some royalties if you're making a deal with Kevin. Anybody else watch the show? So you're giving away a portion of your business to somebody else. You're not paying interest or going through the application process, although it can be pretty long process to get investors. So while you're not doing that, while you're not paying interest, you are giving away a portion of your business. So that's something to think about. I think the best use case, and you probably can't see it because I made it really small, but I put prime use case because I couldn't help myself. And so the best use case for this is when you really are looking for an expert partner, somebody who's an expert maybe in things you're not so good at, and you can really complement each other. So you want something like more than money here. You're looking for the expertise as well as the financing here. And from there, I would also say that if it's somebody you don't get along with, then that's probably a downside of it. So bringing somebody else into the business can be awesome if it's somebody you get along with and brings you expertise. But if it's not, then that's probably detrimental to your business, and you're probably not really happy. So next we have Amazon loans. I think a lot of us are familiar with those as well. It's an offer that appears in your dashboard. I don't know how many of you have taken an Amazon loan, just out of curiosity? A few of you? Okay, cool. So they're, as you know, they're fast, they're easy to pay back, but the terms are also non-negotiable. It's a one-time offer, and it only works with your against your Amazon sales. It won't work for your Walmart business or your other e-commerce site. But it's great for established Amazon sellers looking to scale fast. Last we have PayAbility. We're a financing company designed specifically for Amazon and e-commerce sellers. We provide both daily payments and capital advances as well. The daily payments really take a lot of the risk out of your business because you are able to get your cash flow daily, know exactly when you're getting paid, and finance your business with your own money rather than someone else's. So that's always a great way to put money into to finance your business. I would say it's great for sellers looking to grow fast. It's great when you want to turn a bunch of short-term wins into a big, long-term, scalable business. It's also a solution that grows with you because if you have a huge sales day yesterday, you're going to reap the benefits today. So you can invest into your business faster and invest into what works faster and products that work faster. So as far as the cons, it's only going to work for the e-commerce aspect of your business, and so that's some limitations there. We have some some clients here that are local to the Atlanta area, and we shot a video with them. So I'm about to show the video, and while they are here, and they can answer your questions, probably better than me, their dogs are not, sadly. So here's the video. That's not my video. Well, any questions?